Hello, I'm your host, John, on Mgtow is Freedom, the YouTube channel. I want to thank everyone for subscribing. If you haven't done it by the end of this video, I bet you're going to want to. The button's down there, click it, and the bell next to it. And also share this video. All important videos that you find on YouTube, please share them, give them a thumbs up, so that YouTube has to consider it, has to push this information forward. I've been doing Mgtow videos now for, I don't know, 4 months or so, 4.5 months. And I've really been enjoying it. I've liked the growth of the channel, and I especially appreciate all of the kind words you gentlemen have given me, all the support you've given me through letters and encouragement. And one of the things that I've constantly been told is, John, you got to talk about what to do in your life, how to do it, right? And there's some things I can tell you and some things I can't. I can't tell you how to become a millionaire. I can't tell you how to make a fortune. All I can tell you is you're the man, right? You have the penis, and it's up to you to do it. What I can do is point out some pitfalls, show some common mistakes that are made by men in life that cost us a lot of our wealth. Some things are out of our control. Other things are in our control. What I want to talk about, though, is your life. It's your life to live. It's your life to be satisfied with. So you need to maintain control of it. You need to maintain a situational awareness, and you need to be the one. Yes, you need to be the one to make the real decisions. Real decisions. So I want to start with the board of truth. Yes, the board of truth. You know, I don't want to bring the board of truth out every other day, because I think it would detract from its valuable usefulness, right? But this video, build yourself, right? Having to do with inflation, Mgtow, and your wealth, money, right? There's something in life we can't control. It's kind of out of our control, and that is inflation. That is the devaluing of your wealth every year. Now, there's a short-term price to pay and a long-term price to pay for this, right? If we look at an average of a 2% annual loss through inflation over a 50-year period, you'll see what I'm talking about. That 50-year period we're talking about is the usefulness from age 20 to age 70, which are the prime wealth building, prime working years for men, and we'll put women in there as well. So my XY graph starts at age 20, right? Not at age 0. But let's look at inflation. If you start on your first year of working, every dollar you spend by the second year, $100 turns into 98 because of that 2% loss of value. By the third year, you're down to 96. After 10 years, your $100 is now worth 84. At 20 years, 70. At 30 years, $58. Right? At 40 years in, that first $100 you made is only worth 48. And at 50 years, or age 70 to you, you're down at about $40, less than half of that value. So if you go into the game knowing that your liquid asset, your cash, your wealth value is going to depreciate because of inflation, it kind of gives you the basis to look at everything in the rest of your life as asset depreciation, asset value, your ability to earn more, handicaps that hold you back as a man. Okay, so we'll now come down to the XY graph. And because we all do something different for life, some will make more money per year, some less. So over here, I've got a total value chart, right? And this is a generalized chart to talk about everything. I can't put specifics down as far as here's 50,000, 100, and you're going to make it to 150. Those are the things that are out of my control as a presenter. I can't tell you, but what I can do is I can show you, based on averages, what happens to people and wealth as they move from age 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 and age 70. Okay, so we're going to start line 1. Man without woman and his wealth. You start with very little wealth as a man. At age 20, you have just a little bit of earning potential, right? And that slowly grows. Remember, at the same time, you're dealing with inflation and how it's trying to bring the value of what you have down. And other factors that come in as we talk about moving through life, other factors are your health, right? And what expenses you have. Very important, expenses, right? Things that depreciate or pull down your wealth. So as a man without a woman, you've got a pretty good growth curve to about age 40 to 50, and you'll see a spike, right? And it continues to grow up, and your wealth increases your entire lifespan as a man, right? So you could be just a regular man, you can be Mgtow man, it doesn't matter. We're talking about just you and your wealth, right? It continues to grow. Your income potential grows, and then after you get past that first year, right? If we talked about inflation, you see those first dollars getting the most taxes, the most years being taxed. So when you get about to the middle, age 45 of your earning potential years, the last half is going to see the least amount of taxes or the least amount of depreciation based on the effects of inflation. So when you get through the first half, you see a marked increase in wealth building potential because you're not seeing that asset loss because of inflation. Let's move on to man with woman and your wealth. Okay, I show the purple line starting out significantly lower. Why is that? Because when you're a young man at age 20, instead of having $100, say, after all of your month's bill, and you say, there's my accumulated wealth. Month one as a man, I made $100. No, you made $50. You made $50. All right, you've got $50 at the end of your first pay period because you spend a significant amount of money on that woman. Right? Yeah, you're dating. That's the cost of the date, right? Let's just say $50. You're age 20, you go out on a cheap date, right? That's month one. So you start out here making significantly less and accumulating significantly less wealth. Right here is the purple, right? Purple line. Your wealth grows slower, very slow, because what have you got with the woman? You've got dates. You've got gifts, right? You've got her needs to worry about. You're paying for her stuff. You're buying a house to suit her needs and her wants, right? Not your own, right? So men typically get talked out of a lot of their wealth that's being accumulated. And again, not only do you suffer the loss of inflation, right? But you suffer the loss of paying for her and building your wealth, right? So you'll see that go along. And let's say you make it to age 40, right here, 20 years in, age 40. This is when so many men see divorce. That's when we see divorce. All right. So about age 40, so many men see divorce. This is where you see your wealth, your accumulated wealth, right? After 20 years of being in the business of being a man, you lose half your shit and you start again. Now, if you stay with the woman, right, your wealth increases, but it never really grows much because you have so many more expenses. The same way, right, on that year one, month one, instead of 100 at the end, you only add $50. You get over here and you're well below, I would say at least 50% less total wealth. This is if you manage to stay married. You know, where you're going to see increases in wealth are increase if you have real estate and other investments. That will increase your wealth. But you have many more expenses having a woman in your life. Health insurance, right? Dental, clothing. Her wants and needs will always cost you. Always cost you. You cannot get a woman and keep her, house her, clothe her, cover her medically, and expect to make more money. Because on the one hand, she'll try and make you work more. On the other hand, she'll say she wants to do things, right? So this wealth loss is significant, from, you know, being totally broke to the maximum wealth you can accumulate, right? You're going to be about half of that, because you're going to be giving half of it away to her all the time in one form or another. Want to go on vacation? A $5,000 vacation for you is a $12,000 to $15,000 vacation for the two of you, because you're paying for her and then her additional needs. I've lived and experienced that firsthand. Okay, so let's just say you stay you with woman till age 40. I hit up here about age 45 and lost it, right? But you get a divorce. You lose half your money. But at this point of your life, from age 40 on, a man makes more money per month ever. Our natural income ability, producing income, raises at an increased rate from age 40 to 70. So when you lose half your shit, you're back basically at a starting point. And it's a relatively flat, wealth increasing line. But it accelerates quickly. It accelerates quickly once you buy a small house. Or, as I have done, chose to live in a fifth wheel.